Variety Boxing with Frank Warren and Queensbury, here with Sam Midge Noakes. How are you, Sam?
Very good, thank you.
Good stuff. Right, we'll go back to your last fight. It was for the WBC Silver title.
First of many.
Against Sean Cooper. Now, declaring interest, we did speak on the phone the other day.
Yeah.
So some of these questions can be a little bit repetitive,
No,
but I think we described that performance as controlled, didn't you say?
Yeah, I think because obviously the jump from doing 6 rounds to 10, it was in the back of my head, and obviously I'd never even done 6. So I thought if that, obviously it's a bit more of a tough customer, so I thought if that was to go all the way to 10, I didn't want to blow out, you know what I mean?
Well, you're really dealing with the whole package, weren't you, in terms of, you had to make championship weight for the first time.
Yeah, that's what it's a good learning fight for me, because obviously I make it alright, but you don't know, as I said on the phone, you don't know how you're going to get in them later rounds, so it was, as you say, controlled.
And then sort of you had the longer rounds. Now, how much of it was a mind game in terms of when you was in there, you know, that nagging doubt, you know, and how much did that affect the way you approached it?
You know what, I just remember being in there, yeah, and I just remember getting told, don't take no risks, yeah? And I just kept throwing out a jab, and he just kept hitting him, and I thought, well, I'm winning the round, didn't I? Like, realistically, that's just some boxers fight like all the time. I just thought just remember thinking, God, this is alright, I'll just keep doing this. I think it's like round 5, just keep pop, and it went alright. So, but as I said, that was the controlled one, and I'm going to unleash come 19th of March.
And the Hurricane is coming back.
Yeah, it's coming back, quick and fast.
But like you say, there's more than one way to skin a cat, isn't there? So I mean, it's good for you to sort of learn, but if the jab's there and it's having an effect.
I think in this stage of your career, yeah, you've got to try different things out. I think that's like the whole reason people fight journeyman, because then you learn a bit about yourself for the later rounds, isn't it? So it's pointless just doing the same old thing I've done 3 years ago, because once you get up the levels, that probably ain't going to work. So it's better to find out new stuff now, think, right, I can't do that again, that didn't work, we'll try this. Do you know what I mean? When you've got the chance to do it, rather than doing it when you're boxing for like world titles, British titles, when it ain't going to be as easy to just go, you know what, I'll just use my jab and sit off him.
Yeah, you know you can do it.
Well, that's what I'm saying, you've got to try and tick all the boxes.
How different was the whole experience in terms of the fact that you knew there was that belt at stake, you knew it was your first one, you had a lot of people there. Did the whole thing just feel different during the build-up?
I think like you're getting a bit accustomed to it, but it's definitely more rewarding at the end. You know what I mean? Especially like even I remember making the weight and then thinking, God, this is easy. Like it's easier than some of the last ones I've done. And then you like sort of had to keep reminding myself that, oh no, you're fighting for a title,
What was it like though, taking that belt back to Maidstone? Has it been out and about of it?
No, I ain't been out. Yeah, I was meant to go because I got COVID after my last fight, didn't I? I literally tested on the Thursday after and I had it again. So I was meant to go down to my old amateur club. Obviously, I didn't do that because it's leading up to Christmas and you wouldn't want to be giving it to anyone over Christmas. So,
what was it like? Did you get it bad, or did you get
I got the same one last time. I got the same last time. When I had it a couple of years, I nearly got a year to the date. So it was the 5th of December last time, and then it was like the 8th or whatever, the 9th this year round. But I was alright, I'm fit and healthy, like.
So your antibodies are gone then, haven't they?
It's my yearly booster. That's what that is.
Right. So you're back out on the 19th. At Wembley, you've got that title, you're making a first defence. Now I understand you've got a tricky old Italian who's never been stopped. They're trying to tell you something, aren't they? They want you to have these rounds, don't
I've got a good record with people who can't be stopped so far, so I don't want to ruin that.
But would it be fair to say that you're going in back there to sort of revert to type? You know, to go back to say, no, I did that way, now I'm going back to swarming them.
It's just set me up better for this, do you know what I mean? You're going to see the best Sam Noakes on the 19th, because it's just like, I should have done that, I know I can do the rounds, and now it's just back to normal, isn't it? Business as usual.
And that's the way you enjoy it, don't you?
It's good for the fans, isn't it? Nice fan-friendly style.
But that is, like we said, that is you, isn't it? That's your identity, isn't it?
Yeah, that's what I mean. That's what got me here through the amateurs. That's all I used to do. So I don't want to change too much. Obviously, you've got to tweak. That's why I'm trying different ways of working out, because it ain't always going to work just going forward. So, yeah, but I said I don't want to forget my identity.
Saying that, when fighting the way you fight, have you actually had one back that's really sort of giving you a little nudge yet, or giving you a little shock?
Not yet, but I will. I remember, to be fair, I remember my first pro fight. I remember it wasn't a hard shot, just a jab. But I remember thinking, oh, that's a bit harder. The way that obviously you're an 8-ounce glove, cool, but I've been alright so far.
Where you're seeing stars?
No, not yet. I've plenty in the gym sparring these boys, obviously, but not in the fight night, not just yet. But it's going to happen.
People always say about that. Another one of those boxes ticked is a It's sort of a whack on the whiskers, isn't it?
Oh well, I feel like the style I am. I've been here some big times. I think obviously it's different in the pros. It will be, but I reckon I should be all right. I've got this far, so I've been all right.
You're quite robust, aren't you?
Yeah, stiff anyway, mate.
What are we going to do this year? What's the sort of the longer term plan? What's Francis said?
Richard, to be honest, mate, I don't really know. I'd make a couple of defences of this and then just keep winning. Really, I'm enjoying the journey, so I'm not in no rush. I just do whatever the boys tell me to do.
I mean, you've got an international belt, which ultimately will get you a good ranking if you keep having those sort of fights. Does the domestic scene interest you at all?
Yeah, I think every fighter wants that British title, don't they? So I think
it's quite open at your weight, isn't it?
Yeah, I think it's about going to close up because you got.
Is it Ryan Walsh?
Ryan Walsh and actually you're fighting for the RBL World Title, but then you've got Gavin Gwynn. Got Gavin Gwynn and the fellow who beat Ryland Cholton are fighting for the British and the Commonwealth.
Yeah.
So then obviously one winner's going to have both of them, which will close the division up. But I mean, they're all like Gavin Gwynn. He's what 33, 34.
Yeah.
So they're veterans of the game, experience. Like, do you know what I mean, with them later round. So
they're not killers, though. With all respect to them,
but
they're not recognised at the
you look at that Sean Mcconnell. You know, he boxed that Gavin Gwynn, top prospect. Do you know what I mean? And then going from beating up journeyman and win 70-30 fights to going into a 50-50, and then you get to round 7 and you've got 5 rounds left. That's completely. It don't matter how much you train for it, you ain't gonna know till you've been in there.
Very true. How much do you follow your weight globally? Do you have a look at it?
I've got a lot better since I turned pro and everyone keeps asking me questions about it. But yeah, I'd say I watch pretty much all the lightweights. But even now, I watch most boxing shows. If they're on, I'll just stick them on a Saturday.
But those guys, the ones that everyone keeps talking about, I know
Devin Haney,
Lopez has moved up now, I think.
Has he?
I think that's certainly his intention. But, I mean, they're not that far away from you in age-wise.
No, they're the same age. I think Devin Haney is lighter. Lighter? Younger than us.
Yeah. Ryan Garcia, he's not old, is he?
No, he's not.
Tank, I mean,
yeah, I think he's 26 years, I think. So.
But like I say, age-wise, they're not a million miles away, are they?
No, not age-wise, but you think of the experience, they're all on over 20 fights. I've not even had 10 yet, do you know what I mean? So really can't. Age hasn't got a lot to do with it because, as you said, they've obviously been pushed through. So when I get to 20 fights, that's when you're sort of there on the same level, isn't it?
I mean, I don't know if Garcia actually did it, but I mean, some of them, if they're in a rush, they can go into Mexico and start fighting at 15,
yeah, I think
16.
That's what Devin Haney done. I think he went over at 17, and that's why he's done his own promotional side of things, and that's why he's
probably. Why you were doing
why he's cake.
Senior ABAs and all that.
Exactly. Well, I didn't even have any intention of going pro at the start. I never really give it a thought. So.
Anyway, I wanted to ask you about your brother, Sean.
Big Sean.
He's 2 years older than you. He gave up boxing. He got you into boxing when you didn't really want to be. He gave it up, but he's now got the love back, and I believe he's going to have a go.
He's training really hard. He's training in Mickey Burke's gym. I mean, Sean's on his day, mate. He beat most fighters. He's quick hands, like all right player. He say it's as hard as me, but he's not that hard.
Style-wise, is he similar to you style-wise?
No. He's a bit prettier than I am. He's
smarter,
prettier in the ring. I'm prettier out the ring.
Okay. Does he know that?
No, he won't agree with that. But then I'll just bring up his hairline.
But he's a bit smarter though. He's a bit more calculating.
I don't know. Yeah, maybe I suppose. I think what works for him won't work for me. So you just got to work with the tools you give him, really.
So is he signed up, had meetings? Is he going to have a proper...
Yeah, he's getting managed by Francis. So I think now he's going up in front of the board on the 1st of March. And then obviously once that's all okayed, and then it will be announced. And then start the journey. Yeah.
Just quickly, a little development for you at the back end of last year. You signed another contract with Queensbury, also again with Francis, so it shows you've got to be happy with the way things are going.
Yeah, I mean, like, I wouldn't have ever thought that I would have been where I am already, do you know what I mean? Like, as in having my first title in just 8 fights, do you know what I mean? So I'm happy with the way things are going.
You get good coverage as well.
Yeah, and you've got a good team behind me. I mean, it's all working well. If it ain't broken, don't fix it, isn't it? That's the old saying.
Are you happy to, what's that, another 3 or 4 years or whatever?
Yeah. The way time's going, mate, they're flying anyway, aren't they? I turned pro 3 years ago.
Oh, that's
mad, isn't it? That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. And you're 2 fights off double figures now.
I know, nearly getting them knockouts. Yeah. Nearly.
10 out of 10.
Oh, I swear, if I get to 10 and 9, I'll be mad.
You're going to be gutted, aren't you?
I'll be so pissed.
You're going to be absolutely destroyed. Anyway, back on, what was it now, March 19th.
Not even March.
Wembley Arena, BT Sport. Tune in, see Sam Noakes,
Don't miss it.
rip it up again, go back to
mate.
normal.
Back to business.
Great stuff, thank you, Sam.
Cheers, mate.